think I counted about 8 invoices. I've had 7 events. It was not a business. And I did not know how to make it a business. There was also a bit of shame of you've had this skill for so many years. People on the outside think you're doing so well and so great with it. But on the inside, there wasn't a proper business structure. I cannot go over this mountain again. It's the support from you, Jenny. There were calls where I'm like, I haven't done the work this week. And you're like, it's okay. Let's sit down together. Let's do the work together today. It was having someone hold my hands and getting me to do the work in little bits, but you knew it was going to add up. So wedding cakes have come into the picture, and also teaching has come into the picture for this year. I'm going to enter Cake International this year. Literally, I have 4 weeks where I am working every weekend. It's made me a believer again that with the right tools and help, accountability, you can build your dreams and bring them to reality. Yeah.
Hello, so I'm here with the wonderful Tosin, who has just been through or just about to finish the mentorship programme. Welcome, and thank you so much for chatting with me. So just tell me, to start with, just tell me a little bit about your business, if you don't mind.
All right. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for having me here. So my business, well, all right. At the end of our mentorship program, it's gonna have a new name, but I'll start with what it was before. So it was 3T's Creations, which has been 4 years, right? But it's been on pause for 4 years, and that's because my life changed. I was going into being a mommy, so I put everything about baking and business, I put it on hold because I was in a season where I wanted to be a mom. Now, in the quest or in the journey of becoming a mother, I then faced the question of, do I really want to come back to baking? Prior to this, to be honest, if I'm being very sincere, I just done it as a hobby. It was not a business. And I did not know how to make it a business. And if I'm being honest, I think there was also a bit of shame of you've had this skill for so many years. People on the outside think you're doing so well and so great with it. But on the inside, there wasn't a proper business structure. So I had to sit down and face it that, look, can you do this? Can you run this as a business? Can this work? Can you admit to yourself that you haven't done it well? And are you ready to put into the work of doing it well and doing it, the proper way? So I faced this in the process of being a mom. So I was a mom to my first child and then a mom to my second. And also I was like, being a mother showed me that I want to do something. I want to build something and build well. I think every mother goes through that where you see your children and then you kind of see the future and you're like, I want to show them that I can do this. Mommy did this. They don't have to take over, but mom built something and I can do it too. And then my dad passed. And that also was another okay, what are you doing? Because my dad passing was the final straw or the final blow that, girl, you've got to do something. You've got to build and build well, because all the tributes, everyone coming to talk about my dad, I'm the first, and everyone was like, your dad this, lives that he touched, I'd known absolutely nothing about. And I was like, wow, this man did not leave us all the estates in the world. But look at the lives. People coming to say, I am this because of what your dad did. I'm this. And being a mother and losing my dad made me sit down and say, girl, get your acts together. Yes, you haven't done it properly, but you've got this gift. The passion, the zeal, the thirst, the hunger is going nowhere. You can do it. And then a friend of mine, which is Tabi Ayabami, I'd seen, we're friends. I don't know if you know that, Jenny, but we're actually very good friends. And she'd mentioned you in her posts. Yes, I'd never mentioned it, but you're hearing now. And she'd, I see her talk about you and, and all that. And I was like, okay. I didn't even tell her. And then I was like, yes, okay, I'll go to Jenny. I'll give it a shot. And for me, it was seeing someone, this is no news, but seeing someone that looked like me, seeing someone that we kind of share same values in some way, having school together and being friends. And seeing that, one, she got the support. Two, she admitted she got, the support in some way. And how she's grown, how she's been able to build and elevate on her craft. And I was like, okay, I can do this, and then I sent you a message, and I think our first call, my voice was like up and down because I was emotional. I just come back from burying my dad, and I had this like, you can do this, and I could feel it that the time is now.
Yeah.
So I reached out to you, and then and that's where we started. So the chapter on 3T's creations also closed because that was birthed by my dad. So I honored my dad, and I honor him in him, laying that foundation. He was my rock and support in all my years of baking. When I started as a child and teenager, he would stay up with me. He would sleep on the sofa till I finished baking in the midnight and tell me to wake him up. And then when I finish, I'll say, Dad, I'm done. And then he'll, just do the final checks in the house and go upstairs. Sometimes it will say, set your alarm, you go to sleep, I'll watch over your cake for you, and so honoring him helped me close the chapter on 3T's creations and give birth to the new chapter, honoring my legacy, which is my children, and birthing Zivosh Cake Atelier. So yeah.
It's such a fantastic brand, and you are so incredibly talented. I'm glad that you are allowing yourself to see your part in this picture of from your dad to you, to your children, which is just so incredibly powerful, and it's been such an honour to be a part of that. So just tell me, I know you've been through it a little bit, but when we first started working together in March, where were you? You mentioned it a little bit, but you were kind of like, right, this is it. But tell me a little bit more about how you felt in that point when we started working together.
Okay. So when 31st of March, I think 30th or 31st of March, yeah, yes, and that was our first call. And I knew, so at that point, I knew that, like I said, I could feel it, and I know that if you're going for this, if you're giving baking, cakes, the whole, if you're giving it one more shot, this is it. And I had to do it. If I'm starting again, so for me, it's starting again. If I'm starting again, this has to be it. I don't think my husband is even going to entertain another talk of, I want to start this again. Like, I cannot even do that to myself, not even to my husband. Like, I cannot go over this mountain again. I'm wasting my time in the things that I know I can do and build. Time is going. It's not even about, it's about the things that, because you've got to start somewhere, and it's going to evolve, it's going to grow. People are going to be blessed. So it's not only blessing the couples with the magnificent cakes to make their day, but the skill, building it to a place where you can impact and pass on to even more people, and, just bringing that joy and smile to when people see your work on wherever space they are. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. But yeah, so I knew that it was now and it was time. Yeah. And I also knew that, okay, you can have the skill, but girl, you don't know how to run this business. And it's time to get the proper help to build and build well and have a foundation of something you can build on, which is where you came in. So I remember you asking me, okay, where are you? And I'm like, Jenny, I'm on 0. I'm on 0 pounds. I'm on 0.
All the skill,
like,
but
okay,
no
where
money.
are you? Yes. I've got all the tools in my garage. I've got everything I need. So in terms of equipment, I have everything, right? But in terms of money in the bank, I'm on zero, and we're starting from zero. Yes. So that was where we were, or that was where I was at on the 31st of March. Yes.
So fast forward just about 3 months, a little more. Where are you now in your business? I know you've talked about your exciting brand, but tell me more about where you are now.
Where am I now? I am excited. I was in my garage earlier today and I was putting together some dummies in a structure, and I was like, I put it together and I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to decorate this. And then I walked in today and I was like, no, we're going bigger. We're going bigger with this build. And I was looking at invoices that done, and I think I counted about 8 invoices. So this is coming from a rusty zero, literally. Someone came to pick up a cake on Saturday and she was like, I didn't know you bake. I've known you for so long. I didn't know you make cakes, and then you made this. And then she saw one of the cakes I decorated in my hallway, and she's planning to get married. So she came to pick up a cake for a friend, and then she was like, you made this? Oh my gosh, as in what she picked up. And then she saw the display cake in the hallway. She was like, I'm coming back, we need to talk. She's getting married, and seeing the joy on her face and seeing the joy in my head of now I have a foundation. And yes, in 3 months this has happened. I've had 7 events. Literally I have 4 weeks where I am working every weekend, and I'm like, okay, so if this happened in 3 months, and you gave it, I didn't give it 100% because, like I said, I'm a mother and balancing school runs and everything. So if you gave it 80% because of life, right? Imagine what the rest of the year is going to be like, and imagine what the years ahead for Zero Cake Atelier is going to be. So I am excited. It's made me a believer. It's made me a believer again that with the right tools and help, accountability, you can build your dreams and bring them to reality. Yeah,
absolutely. I love that. And when we first spoke, you were really you recounted this your previous, or where you started in the industry, and you said, I learnt through watching as a 9-year-old child. I learnt through watching an auntie, and I want to do that for other people. I want other people to come to me, and I want to teach them, and I want to spread this joy. I think you messaged me in the week and said, I've got 2 people that have messaged me about. So you're not just doing your cakes now, you're also teaching other people and spreading that skill and that joy that you have as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So what would you say, looking back to March, what would you say was the biggest challenge back then? And did you think it was possible to change?
My biggest challenge was, so my biggest challenge was me getting over myself, being in my own way. That was the biggest thing. Getting over the mindset of, it wasn't even can I build, or it wasn't even can I do this. It was getting over the fear of, you can do this and it can grow. Am I good enough for how big this can be? So it was getting over that fear. And I had days where you'd give assignments and I did not do it, not because I didn't want to, but because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to grow. And am I worth the growth? Am I worth how massive it can be? And along the journey, like, yes, yes,
Yes, I am.
you know, doing the work and, having, and you call them the little gremlins. And I'm like, oh, Jenny, I'm going through this phase, or imposter and all this, and getting through all of that and saying that, yes, you are worth building, and building big, and building well, and building strong, and you are worth putting your face and your name to what you are building. So the challenge was getting over myself. And I would say, I'm not 100%, but I would say the girl now on, what's the day? We're in July. The girl on the 7th of July is happy to go as far as it will take me. Yeah.
Love that. Fantastic. That's brilliant. So what would you say is the biggest shift? You kind of alluded to it there, really. While we've been working together, what has been your biggest shift, and what has made that happen, or what's made that difference for you? Is it that mindset stuff? Is it something else? Is it the accountability? What is it that shifted you?
If I'm being very honest, it's the support from you, Jenny. It's you understanding that. I think I'm sure, like, when you're working with clients and you can see, and you've been there, getting someone that understands the road, understands I want to do everything and I want to do it now, but like, yes, let's get the emotions. I remember when, I wanted to put, like, on my page, I wanted to put desserts and put it on my feed and put, like, I can do this. And we're like, yes, you can do all of this, and you can do them, but where is your target? Where is your focus? What do you want people to know you for? Now that's what we would show, right? So it's having someone that understands the giftings of the people that she's working with. You understand the talent, but you also understand the business and what it takes, and saying, I see you, I acknowledge your gifts, I acknowledge your talents. Now I need you to, like, see the whole picture, right? This and this and these are the things you need, and just do the work, because you've done the work. You've helped so many people do the work. Okay, so just do A, B, C today, right? This week, let's do A, B, C. And then I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my gosh, the A, B, and C's and D's, they've added up to this moment.
Yeah.
So that's it. Giving us the things to do in bite size. But now I look back and they've all added up and accumulated to now. So yes, it's the support. It's having you. Even when there were calls where I'm like, I haven't done the work this week, and you're like, it's okay, let's sit down together, let's do the work together today. Okay, what's on your agenda? What's on your blog? What do you want to do? I'll sit with you on the call. And you sat with me on the call that day. We were gonna work on my storefront from HQ. And before then, it looked like a whole lot of, I have to do this. Well, we did it within the hour. We did it, and it was a huge, like, weight off my shoulder, and I could breathe and, focus and do other things. So it's, yes, the mindset and everything that I got on the mentorship, but it was having someone hold my hands and getting me to do the work in little bits, but you knew it was going to add up. You knew it was going to, come together. Yes.
Part of the bigger picture. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that the next stage of the mentorship, obviously, is the 12-month growth program. So we'll go through all of that, and then you have got all of the tools then to take you off and to achieve those big dreams, which is fantastic. So what are your goals from here then? I know that we're going to be talking about this soon when we do your 12-month, but when we spoke at the very beginning of the mentorship, and they may have shifted a little bit since we first spoke about them, but what are your goals in your words from here?
So I I didn't see myself doing any wedding cakes this year. I was like, oh, this is just going to be the year to build and introduce myself, and then I can go into the wedding, cake next year. This is just building. But now, come on, winter weddings, yes.
Yeah.
Where I am, like, come on, winter weddings. I'm ready for you. Also, I wanted to say in the beginning, I was like, I'm going to enter Cake International this year. And that's part of the goals going on for the remaining 6 months of the year, so I'll be competing. But Cake International is not really competing with other people. It's just competing with yourself, really. Like, this is what I'm gonna go, and you'll be judged on that. So yes, I'm entering into Cake International in November. I did not see teaching in the picture for this year. Now, this is something that's come as a shock to me. And it just came off. Yes, we've spoken about it, that okay, in future I'd love to teach sugar flowers, because I love it. And then you're like, yeah, let's keep posting, being consistent. And I'd worked, I just put together a collage of something that done last week. So I had like 3 jobs last week. And then I remember your voice saying, okay, in the captions, you have to like guide people on what you wanted to do. Don't just post and go, especially after the training that we've had, like putting the words in the caption, because hashtags are now just 5, and just the way using AI to help you refine your thoughts and and doing that. And I was like, okay, if bakers are interested, if you want to have this skill, learning sugar flowers, and you just type something and post it, and then you post it and you go away. Like, I was getting set to do this. I've done this. I'm going now.
I'm gonna hide.
And then I had 2 people DM me, and they're like, I really want to learn the sugar flowers. What does it entail? What are you doing? And I was like, what?
It's all in the plan.
Okay. I didn't want to say, and immediately, like, you are not running away from this. You're not backing down from this. And you are worth the inquiry. Someone has seen this, and you are worth doing it with. They've come to you because she's seen that you can do this. So I was like, okay. So I was like, all right. Okay, how long is it going to take me to get ready? Okay, end of August. And then I replied immediately saying, yes, classes are starting at the end of August, and also I had to put a price to it. So this is something that we're going to work on. So I just rolled off, okay, from the last time I'd done the costing of what it would be for the skill, and also we had worked on your worth. I know, yes, I'm starting again, but I'm not starting again as a beginner. I am advanced, and you've got to charge your worth. So I put everything together in my head, and then I called a figure, and I was like, okay, if you're learning this one day, you get to learn this, and this is the price. If you come for 2 days, you get to learn this, and this is the price. And I sent it as a voice note, and once again sent it, and I was like, what? Did you just give that price? Did you just say that? And then they were like, oh yes, I actually won the 2 days, so book me in your calendar. And I was like, what? Okay. Even before I responded to her, I sent you a voice note saying, Jenny, oh my goodness, this just happened. 2 people just got oh my gosh. And I was like, okay, I'll get the calendar. So that was like, okay, that means on my storefronts, we'd worked on the tutorial aspect, but it's not active. So I was like, okay, that's part of, my to-do to go forward, so people can actually book in the calendar. So teaching has also come into the picture for the year. And I was like, at first I was like, are you ready to teach? But actually, yes, I've done it before in different ways. COVID, I taught people online. But right now, yes, the skill I have, especially in sugar flowers, is not a beginner. Like, I know what I'm doing and I know what I can do and I know I can pass that on to others. So another thing that's come into the plan for the rest of the year is teaching, which I did not see at the beginning of March or at the end of March when we started, but it's also now in the picture. So wedding cakes have come into the picture for this year, and also teaching is coming to the picture for this year. So yes.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. And actually, when you start to open your mind up to opportunities and start to take the action from that place, things become that we thought maybe weren't possible or hadn't even thought about being possible before, suddenly just start to trickle in, and they're easy. You know, this person came to you. It was easy. You weren't chasing it. You weren't forcing it to happen. So that's why mindset is one of the biggest things. So it's just been wonderful. My cheeks are sore now from smiling so much. It's been wonderful hearing your journey and going along with you on your
Thank you,
journey.
Jenny. Thank you so
And Oh, of course. Well, thank you. Thank you for trusting in yourself, and thank you, most importantly, for trusting in me, because it's been an absolute pleasure working with you. And obviously, I will continue to cheer you on, and be one of your biggest cheerleaders. And I'm sure that we'll work together again. But
Oh
thank
yeah.
you so much. I really appreciate your time.